Chronicles Dallas Cowboy Football Podcast. My name is Troy Hill, joined by Lisa Lee, Ron, aka the Starstruck Fan, and Kyle. And we got a little bit of a victory celebration going on right now as we defeated the Cleveland Browns 33-17 this previous Sunday. Lots of good things to actually talk about. Some things I don't know people might have overlooked that I have a kind of a concern about. And anyways, overall, I mean, it was a pretty good performance across the board. What are your thoughts on that, Kyle?
Yeah, it was. I guess I was the lone wolf picking them this week.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I mean, like I said, and I'm everything I said. The Browns are the Browns. Deshaun Watson does not scare me. The Browns don't scare me. Last year was last year. I don't know. I just, like I said, I had a feeling like Browns just one of those overhyped team, overrated. I don't know. Like I said, I give them credit for being good last year, but it's a whole new year. But no, I thought there were some, a couple of things they could clean up. It's going to take time with just, being out there, everyone out there on the same page. But like overall, man, you really could not have asked for a better performance. I mean, I think I definitely said that I believed in Mike Zimmer's defense, and I believe they showed up in a major way. So, they look good out there. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
No, that they did. Was very surprised over the defensive performance because I always had reservations about, them being strong in a couple key aspects and then just giving up a lot of yardage and stuff here and there. That did not happen in this game, so I was pleasantly surprised. So maybe Zimmer will be the answer. Won't be able to get probably a real good feel on that for another couple of weeks going into the season. But what was your thoughts of the game overall, Lisa Lee?
Well, first of all, Kyle, congratulations. You were right. I was wrong. I was shocked, I think, at how bad the Browns really were. Their defense was as advertised, but they just got worn out because their offense wasn't doing much. And they were just on the field a lot in the first half. So I think because of the lack of preseason play and all that stuff, it just started to catch up with them in the second half. Because honestly, the Cowboys didn't do much in the second half. But, there were a lot of pleasant surprises for me. I will say, the thing we talk about all the time, at the end of the first half, I was like, does Cleveland get the ball at the beginning of the second half first, and all those, we talk about the 10-point swings and all the post-traumatic stress from Jason Garrett eras and things like that started to creep back in when they scored once. And, but overall, I think it was, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0. So, it is what it is. You take it with a grain of salt and just be glad you're not the Giants at this point.
That's very, very true. What's your thoughts on Starstruck?
No, I was pleasantly impressed, and again, I echo what everyone else has said. Good call out, Kyle. I just didn't, man. I didn't. Week one, I bought into all the hype around us, not really seeing much action from our starters in the preseason, a team that we were unfamiliar with. And I really expected the Browns to do more, but the defense, like you said, Kyle, Mike Zimmer, I credit the defense. Whatever the Browns may have had planned, it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
And we won. Yeah, I give it to Kyle.
Very, very true. Lots of different things we saw offensively and defensively. Let's go ahead and hop into offense. Kyle, what was your overall opinion of just the offense in general? I had I'll go ahead and go with you, and then I'll catch you on the other end.
It looked okay. There were some nice plays, but there was a drop pass here or there, and some stupid penalties. But it'll get cleaned up. I thought overall, like I said, the offense scored 30 points. 26 points, right?
Yes.
So offensively, the Browns only let up 13 points at home last year. So, they went into Cleveland and scored 26 points. So, I really, I think it'll only get better. You know what I mean? Like that was, CD's first taste of action because he's had it all training camp. But, and a couple guys, I think Cooks had to go out and get an IV, dehydration. I don't know. My one concern, and I know someone here is going to disagree with me, the running game did not look good. Your overall combined for 60 yards is not impressive. They did not. The running game was non-existent in the second half. Zeke had 5 yards. Rico Dowdle had 14. So it's not like we can say that they wore him out with fresh legs because that's not the case. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
it was a bunch of 3 and outs in the second half. Like it's a, and then it's just mind blowing because then you watch the San Fran game last night. Some undrafted free agent gets 150 yards in his first game ever. You know what I mean? Like Joe Mixon. I mean, I'm sure Lisa's Texans fans will tell him. What did he count for? 200 something yards yesterday. You know,
like all purpose yards. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zeke 40 yards was the high. You know what I mean? Like Jesus, and he had 5 in the second half. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. That's the only real area of concern for me. It's like.
Yes. Yeah. I would have to say, me personally, the running game is still a concern. Granted, we probably didn't need it. So, I mean, it doesn't really, I mean, looking at it from the outside in with a W, it really doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. But I think long term, going throughout the season, it could become a big deal. One thing about the offense that did kind of drive me nuts, stuff I still would like them to get a little more creative in their play calling. I mean, when I see like these other teams and stuff, even with I watched a little bit of the Jets last night, and we could just get some separation, some quick plays to the outside to our running backs and stuff. I mean, we could be so much more effective. I mean, I just don't understand why we can't do it, and like every other team in the NFL can. The field goal kick thing actually drove me nuts. The reason why it drove me nuts is because they got the penalty and it took them 5. They got pushed back 5 yards, and to me, that's typical Cowboy nonsense. It was just a lack of discipline and poor coaching. And I mean, it didn't affect us. It didn't affect us that game, but it's gonna affect us if they don't clean that type of stuff up. You know, when we really, really need it. You know, what's your thoughts on that, Ron? I mean, did that kind of make you blow a gasket also, or am I just crazy?
Yeah, because I mean, we were so close to witnessing an NFL record 71-yard field goal. At the time, and so not at the time. That was before the 5 yards.
66.
Yeah, it was 66.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been 66, and then we got the so we would have seen it tied at least because I think the record is right at 66, which he hit in preseason, but it doesn't count because it was preseason. So I'm confident based on how he hit it after the whistle was blown that he would have hit from 66 with no problem, and probably would have hit the 71. But I think it was a good call. It would have been close. Yeah, it would have been close. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't. It was one of those things where a mishandling in the football here, a block, and you just didn't want to give Cleveland any kind of momentum. So I was, but yeah.
And to me, that's just the difference between championship football and just mediocre football. Championship level coaches don't make that type of mistakes. They see the clock ticking. They call a timeout.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Lisa Lee?
Yeah, it's typical Mike McCarthy. Like, he's horrible at game management. He always has been. Like, we've seen it before. Like, we saw it again. I think it was later in the second half. I think wasn't there another issue?
The first down thing that they didn't know what down it was.
Yeah, that. But that was partly on the officials because one of the officials
that was a ref thing. Yeah, exactly.
But still, there was another thing where he should have. I said, call a timeout, or if you think it's one, and then go ahead and call a timeout and get clarification. Like, I made a joke on Facebook. I was like, he acts like he's earning interest if he doesn't use them. Like, just do it because especially that one with the kick, like you still had all 3 going into half. Like, they're about to expire anyway. So that's just some little things. That's the running game, like you guys said, the running game is going to be an Achilles heel. Like, it's going to be a problem because they're going to just drop 8. I mean, they're not going to worry about the run. So, but we knew that it wasn't addressed at all in the off season. So
and I think because Lisa, she's our free agency type of person, kind of like drills into the numbers and stuff. I mean, I don't think. It's just it goes back to the Derrick Henry thing. I'm not saying you have to sign Derrick Henry, but I'm like saying you at least got to make the phone call. I'm saying if you make your decisions to sign Dak months ago and sign CeeDee Lamb months ago, you might have a Derrick Henry and a Saquon Barkley on the team at the same damn time. So, would you rather have that running back committee, or would you rather have what you got right now? It all boils down to Jerry being Jerry. I mean,
It is weird, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the fact that just like I think Kyle, you said like San Francisco with a rookie who at first I was like, who is that? I mean, I did say, who is that? Because I was like, he ran like he's been in the league a long time. I get it. They have Trent Williams. I could probably look like an all-pro behind Trent Williams. However, it's just, you can, even if it's not the Derrick Henry, Saquon, let's say you get the Dak and CV extensions done way at the, in March, and then you have all that cap space freed up. Even if it's not a bona fide qualified veteran, you didn't even address it in the draft. You know what I mean? And so like you're not even attempting to make that room better.
Yes, and even stretch it a little bit further, Lisa Lee. Even when they didn't draft anybody, there was still a couple of options out there they could have signed as a free agent rookie just to give them a shot to kick on the tires. They didn't even do that.
It's just like they. And I'm not saying that because I'm a firm believer. Like, if you're going to pay Dak the money, yeah, sure, he's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. But if he has no running game to support that passing game, it's not going to matter how many yards he passes for. Your offense becomes one-dimensional, and you're very beatable.
But I mean, let's switch it up a little bit, and we'll let's go ahead and switch over to Ron, because aka Starstruck. The underlying thing about this, it might be a little bit different, is that the defense does look different. I mean, maybe the running game maybe the running game will be subpar, and maybe we'll have to pass way more than we want to, but maybe the defense will be able to take care of some of these situations better than what they did last year. What's your thoughts on that, Ron?
I think they'll be okay on offense. Jordan Mason's not a rookie. Actually, when the 49ers blew us out by 30 some odd points, Jordan Mason actually had 10 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown on us last year. So yeah, he's shown that he had 6.9 yards a carry on us last year in that 42-10 blowout. So this was his first start, but he's had some carries in his career, just first start. But as far as the offense and running game, I know we passed on to that. I think they're going to be okay with because you just don't know who the game plan for. I mean,
okay, though. Okay, define okay, though. Define okay. I mean, You say game plan. No team is game planning for Zeke or Dowdle because they don't pose a threat. So like, what I don't understand. Like, I just don't get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, because
every team has an okay running game. I mean, like, because I know you think 100 yards is like this benchmark of automatic wins, but like 100 yards, we talked about this, is bottom third of the league. Like, it's not good. CeeDee Lamb being your leading rusher with a 12-yard run is not good. That's not good.
Yeah, my thing is, okay, just going in definition with what Starstruck is saying and stuff, in my opinion, being just okay running game wise doesn't help you beat the 49ers. It tells me you're gonna get your ass kicked by the 49ers, because all they're gonna do is be setting up waiting for you to pass. And the turnovers happen and everything, and then the whole bottom of the ship falls apart. So I mean, I just don't understand why you don't have like more of a sense of urgency for this thing, because there is teams that we're gonna have to have a better than okay running game to beat.
I don't think so.
You don't? Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm going to have to jump in real quick, because the only way to beat San Francisco is to keep their offense off the field. The only way you keep their offense off the field is to run the freaking football. If you can't do that against that defense, you're going to get lit up just like you have the last 4 times we played them. So please explain to me how you don't think we need a running game to beat some of these teams.
Because I say our offense, you're not going to be able to game plan, because you're not going to know who may go off or who's going to touch the ball. Now, when you got somebody in the backfield, you don't know if they're going to get the ball handed to them, they're going to get a screen, or Dak's going to play action and throw it downfield. Versus before, when you had Zeke, you got this guy Mason for the 49ers, whoever you got, those guys would get game planned against, and you just did not know. McCaffrey had 51 yards rushing, 2.7 yards a carry against the Cowboys last year. Mason had 6.9 because I guarantee the Cowboys did not expect him to get as many touches as he got in that game against them. So that's why I said I think they'll be okay because you just don't know when someone's in the game if they're going to get a handoff. Dak's going to play action it. It's going to
Well,
be a
what makes that
screen. It's
plan
going to be
different than
Yeah,
any
I
other
don't.
year? That's the same plan every
Yeah.
year.
You know why? You know why
the
teams aren't
plan
game
every other
planning
year has
because
been
no
to hand the
one's.
ball off to somebody 20 something times and hope that they break one over 20 something carries, and
But it's not
sometimes
like
it
Zeke
just
never
doesn't
caught
happen.
passes out of the backfield. It's not like he was never run on like a play action. I mean, I don't feel like our offensive
Yeah,
scheme is any different than it's been.
it's like when you say this
But I
stuff,
think
Ron.
so.
I mean, when you say this stuff, Ron, it makes me think that you're like watching 49ers doing the plays that we wish the Cowboys could do. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean? It's like
mean,
running back. The Cowboys just don't do that. And
teams
we
aren't game
and,
planning against the run because
I
there's no
saw
one
that
worth
in week.
game planning
I don't
against.
know.
There's no one
I saw
dynamic
it in
back
week
there.
one. I looked at the 49ers game last
yeah,
night, and I looked at our game on Sunday, and I saw us running similar plays
Oh
to what
my
the
God,
49ers did.
Jesus.
As far as the
Okay.
way we schemed, I saw
Hmm.
they run Debo, we were running CD. It looks bad when we do it, but when
Okay,
other
that's what
teams
I was
do
going
it
to be. How was
effectively
our
against us.
execution? Was going to be my next follow up
yeah.
question.
Well, the execution CD had 8.3 yards a
No,
carry.
no, I'm talking
Oh,
about
jeez.
the
Okay.
pure running backs.
What about the pure running backs? I mean, they won, we won. And I mean, they
No, no, I'm
apparently
talking
Green Bay
about the
couldn't
eye
stop the run.
test. Can you honestly tell me you looked at
40
our game on
yards.
Sunday and you looked at that game last night and you're like, those offenses are very similar.
I looked at the fact it was the Cleveland Browns defense, and I looked at the fact it was the Packers defense. I don't see that the Packers that great against the
The
run as the
Jets.
Cleveland Browns are, or the Jets. Yeah,
You
the
don't think the
Jets.
Jets defense
The
is
Jets were a
comparable
The,
to
top
the
defense last
Browns?
year.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Jets was
I
a top defense last year too.
I can't go off of what they did last night, but we saw they got steamrolled last
Were
night
you going
based
what
on
Cleveland did
scheme.
on Sunday?
Yes, I said I
Okay, so
believe the Cowboys will be okay.
did Cleveland get steamrolled on Sunday? Fair, yes. The Jets did too. But did you look at those two offenses? I'm talking about defenses to the side and say those two offenses look like they produce similarly.
I would say we will be okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
Yeah.
say we will
that's
be
fair.
okay.
It's
Because we're not
fair.
going to keep feeding it to one guy against San Francisco, hoping that that one guy will break soon enough.
I
They
just
will
don't
not
know.
be able to scheme against us the way they've
If
done in the
they
past.
can't put away games in the second half, you think they're going to be okay? I mean, Jesus, like I said, Zeke had 5 rushing yards.
I
Gallo
just
had
don't.
14. They rushed for 19 yards total in the second half. You think that's okay?
I
19 yards, Starstruck. 19 yards they had in the second half. 19.
I
That's
just
not
think it.
good.
I just
That's
think
not
it.
good, dude. That's not going to implant it.
I just think in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I think it's easier to game plan for two running backs that are potentially washed. I mean, ain't no Zeke Elliott
Exactly. They're not
and Dalvin
good.
Cook. I mean,
But you're
like,
not going to game plan for them.
Oh, Jesus.
well,
Yeah.
You're not. You're not putting anybody in a box against Zeke. You're not putting anybody in a box against
Because
Dalvin
they don't
Cook. You're not
have
putting
to. It's
anybody
not
in a
worth it because they're not good. Zeke's not good.
and if you don't do that, you're going to get shredded. If you spread the
When's the
defense
last time
out
Zeke
and play
shredded
fast,
anybody? 2019, maybe? He can't do
well,
that. He's
it
not
is week
capable of it.
one.
He doesn't run for 100
It's
yeah.
yards.
week
He doesn't run.
four.
He doesn't even get 20-yard gains. Who's he
I mean,
shredding?
I
Who's
mean,
he
Week
shredding?
one,
and I
No
2024.
one.
and
I
don't get me
don't know.
wrong,
One. All right.
and don't get me wrong. I love Zeke.
Oh.
I love Zeke, but damn, I just
I
can't.
just, I
I'm
This
not
just,
can be
running on Zeke.
revisited in about 3 weeks.
You all are saying Zeke. I ain't called nobody's name. I ain't calling anybody's
yeah,
name.
you can make,
You all
but
think
say
Zeke
something
out.
with your chest then. Who, Dowdle? I mean, for Christ's sake, say something, you know?
I
If
mean,
somebody. Oh, on a jet sweep, CeeDee Lamb. They're going to figure that out.
I
You don't
won't
think
say
Baltimore
anybody.
Ravens
We
are
will
going to
sit
see
back
CeeDee
and we will
Lamb?
watch.
Jet sweep?
We will watch.
Yes,
yeah,
we will
that's
because
Oh,
we play the 49ers in a few weeks. So we'll
yeah.
know. We'll know the
Yeah,
Monday after
exactly.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll know if they're identical or not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off on with the hot sports opinion. They are not identical. One of these two,
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
these
We
two is
got a
not like the other
defense that
one.
can
Yeah.
hold them
No,
down and score low enough.
I just don't. I mean, I just think you're comparing two teams, or one, their execution is like at a way higher level
You're
than the
comparing
other.
apples to porcupines at this point.
Yeah, I,
No.
I
Go
mean,
get
it's
it.
just I mean, it's like I get where you're coming from, Rob. But there's like a high. I mean, there's a higher tier of team that we're worried about. We're not. I mean, I'm worried about the Niners of the world. I don't care about these. I don't care about the Saints and the Giants that we have to play. I don't care if Zeke and them look good in those games. I need them to look good in these other games.
Well, what happened last year? We had a running back last year, didn't we? He didn't do anything. We had Pollard. He had 3.6
And you
yards.
downgraded, so how's that
Yeah,
better? You
exactly.
downgraded.
Yeah.
Pollard was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. You downgraded. But now you're okay. You're like, oh, we're good.
Yes,
Come
because
on,
now
man.
we're not going to just keep feeding Pollard continuously.
We're
We're
gonna
Literally,
feed
I
two.
hope I'm falling on this sword again in about a few weeks, and I'm like, you know what, Ron, you were right.
Yeah, I hope
Just like I had to do
I'm
with
serious.
Kyle.
Yep,
There's
I'm
no way.
serious.
There's no way.
I hope I'm so damn wrong in this and stuff. I just want to I will come to wherever you're at. I'll go down the street and I'll throw rose petals at your feet if you're right about this shit.
Well, let's hope we don't throw 3 picks and have a bunch of turnovers like we did last time against San Francisco. We might be okay. We just might be okay.
I hope you're right, because that's our Achilles heel.
Yeah. So let's go talk about the defense. Overshown, I've had reservations because he's coming off an injury for one. Two, it's still kind of like, he's coming off injury, and
but he should have put all that to bed.
That guy looked like he was shot out of a damn
cannon.
Yeah, just like over. I mean, he was beating. He was passing up Micah on some of those.
That's what I said. He made Micah look slow.
What the hell was that? Yeah. So I need to ask you guys.
He's a bad boy.
I hope he stays healthy. I just hope he stays healthy because
same here.
So first off, what's his weight wise and stuff for an actual linebacker? Is he correct linebacker size for one?
He's a little bit undersized, I think, but I think Mike is a little bit undersized to be a defensive end, and that doesn't seem to matter. So with that kind of speed, I don't think it matters.
Defensive, I was pleased. Like I said, it did seem like a little bit different. They weren't like running. We were like a sieve in some aspects. What's your thoughts on that, Kyle?
Hey, I mean, it was nice to see a 5th-round rookie shut down the greatest wide receiver of all time. I mean, 2 catches, 16 yards. Man, against a 5th-round rookie making his first start. I mean,
that was great.
I was expecting Randy Moss type numbers from this guy. I mean, he's so good. I mean, I'm shocked he didn't perform. He didn't show up on a big stage. That's shocking to me that he didn't do that. I don't know.
Because historically he always shows up on the stage.
Exactly, and that's why I was so shocked that he didn't.
Especially when he had a star on his helmet.
Yeah, it's like some things don't change. Yeah,
in the 635 multi-universe that we're not in. But anywho.
I don't know. Funny how that works.
I thought that kid played pretty well. I know he had some struggles, but
he played excellent.
He did.
I'm not.
He did great.
I wasn't mad at the. It's like we keep stumbling into these backup cornerbacks that end up being very serviceable. Like Deron Bland wasn't. Nobody expected him to be what he was last year, and then so it's like a luxury of riches. Like
these guys may be better than Diggs.
I think that's a stretch, a huge stretch, but
I don't know if it's that big of a stretch. I mean,
they never threw they did game plan for Diggs because I don't even think they said his name at all in the first half because they didn't ever throw to that side.
Yeah.
So until you get to that point where they're not even throwing to your side, they won't. No.
What's your thoughts on the defense overall? Ron?
I thought the defense played very good. You look at that game and you look at Deshaun Watson. I'm not even going to sit here and put that on even Amari Cooper. Y'all look at Deshaun Watson. He played like hot garbage. We all saw, maybe nobody else did, Amari Cooper be wide open on a play, and Deshaun Watson didn't even throw it to him.
I don't know.
I don't know if he was
I
point
saw
saving.
what I saw
I
was a
don't.
bunch of sacks. I saw sacks. And I saw a bunch of irrelevant pressure
I
apparently on
saw
Deshaun
him
Watson.
roll and had Cooper wide open. They were even talking about it on one of the
Yeah,
shows. Like,
they
why did he
were. There
not
were a
throw the
couple of them
ball?
where he was streaking down the sideline and he
He
was wide open.
he was just holding the ball for whatever reason. And so I think a better quarterback, you would have got a better performance. He was at home. You typically say Amari Cooper plays good at home. This was a home game. So I think there was more ghost at play than what we saw out there on the field. But I'm not going to take any credit away from how the defense played. I
Hmm.
think
Yeah,
they played him very well and how they covered him, whether they schemed where they had a safety kind of drifting over the top of him to make it Deshaun Watson take an extra second to think about even throwing over that way and had Diggs kind of manned up. Whatever they did, they played a great job.
yeah.
Overshown, shout out
Kendricks
to
too.
Cannon.
Hmm.
EJ Kendricks, I was just so impressed. This
Me
is
too. Me too.
probably a very good pickup during the offseason for what he has brought to the defense.
Hmm.
I'm one of the biggest voices on here that questions whether we've had a defensive leader. I know we have a stat leader in Micah Parsons, but I've
Hmm.
always questioned whether we have a true defensive leader.
Yep, you're
And
right
what
because there
I
is a
saw this
difference.
past weekend is I saw Kendrick step into that role and had that defense at both levels. Like he had a vibe that affected both levels behind the man in front of him, and they played off of that.
Yeah, very solid
Yeah.
performance. I mean, definitely, he had an interception and a sack, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think he
Mhm.
might have had more than one sack.
Hmm. You see, I
Maybe. I
mean,
don't know. I could be making that up.
but I mean, but you know, the thing is, I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a lot to be excited about. However, I ain't setting up and get my lawn chair set to be at the parade just yet. Um, I mean, a great game. You know, before the game, well, like about an hour or two before, some breaking news. You know, they revealed that Dak, signed his extension that he probably signed weeks ago.
Hmm.
um, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I'll go with Lisa.
I mean, at this point, I'm just glad it's done so we can change the narrative. Talk about, I mean, the narrative's not going to change because now the narrative shifted from should it get done? Will it get done? How much could it be? Da, 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 to, okay, now you've gotten paid. What are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Yes.
Now, like people, and we talked about it, I think, last week. Like, yes, for sure. The win yesterday, I mean, Sunday, it was cool. I was happy, but I'm still like, just get me to January because I'm still not gonna be over last January until this coming
Mm-hmm.
January. But like my cousin made a great point. My cousin's like, he's the king of the regular season. Yes, for sure he is. Like he will put up all the statistics in the world. Now, if he goes out in a few weeks and just lights up San Francisco, the needle might move for me a little bit because that's
Yeah.
been like an Achilles heel. But
Mm-hmm.
it, everybody's saying that the playoffs, the playoff wins, they are not 100% on him. And we said that last week or week
Yeah.
before last. But the nature of the beast, the quarterback's going to get all the glory, be in front of the press all the time, is going to take all the heat. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the contract. It's over. Now we can move forward. That's
Yeah,
it.
and that list is selective, anyways. I mean, they just point. I don't know why. Well, I know the reason why some of these people pick up Dak, and I'm happy that they're miserable that he's going to be here until 2028. I really, really am. But that's besides the point. Now, this list of highest paid quarterbacks, there's several of them that don't do jack squat in the
Exactly.
playoffs. So I don't understand. I mean, no one's having these conversations about Kirk Cousins. No one's having these conversations about Josh Allen. No one's having. The list goes on and on. All
Justin
these
Herbert.
yeah, all these quarterbacks are making a quite. They're not making Dak change, but they're not. They're not.
But they were when that
They're
was the market.
yeah.
When the most recent one, I think is it Trevor Lawrence that became the
Yeah.
highest paid quarterback? Well, that was what the
Yeah.
market was.
Yeah.
Okay, well Jerry let the next effing leaf fall, and now
Mhm.
it's 60.
Hmm.
But if you had to pick between Trevor Lawrence right this very second, what he's put on tape, and Dak Prescott, like who would you take?
It's not
I'm
even
a Trevor
close.
Lawrence fan.
Well, of course
I mean,
you
because he
are.
Yeah.
played for Clemson and Deshaun Watson too as well. So I was very But anyway, yes, I'm leaning towards Dak.
Yeah, but see, you're rash. I mean, other people got other stuff going on. I just don't. I will never understand. Soon, when they said they signed this man, or he signed the extension, all the sheer hate I saw up and down. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. All the misspelled hate I saw up and down my feed on not knowing if I should be upset with the person or upset with our school system. I was just wondering. We all went to the same damn school, the same educational system, right? How the hell people with 50 can't spell simple stuff? But anyways, it's just the hate just started. Just like he's never done nothing, blah blah blah. Well, we're gonna suck, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, what about these other teams? I mean, there's other people like when Kirk Cousins and people say that in the feeds for on the pages. People support the Buffalo. People say that about Josh Allen. Probably not.
Yeah,
they started saying it about Kirk Cousins yesterday. I mean, Sunday
he lost
after
a team that kicked nothing but field goals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, maybe so, but I mean, congratulations to Dak. I'm glad you got your money, and keep on pressing forward, and don't let these people get to you, because some of these people are just straight up haters.
100%. Yeah.
And it's just at
the end of the day, what all these people, but the thing that I take from it is all of the experts, with the exception of Shady McCoy, who Shady is the most perfect name for him.
He's a hater. He's a professional hater. Yeah.
All the actual experts, in my opinion, like including Tom Brady, I believe, said he deserved it. There's a lot of the experts that are saying he deserved every penny of that. And some of them are even saying what we said simply because of who his GM/owner is and the other stuff. Like, it might have been Swagoo. It might have been Marcus Spears that said, I can't remember. There was one of them that said, nobody, like we've talked about, nobody has to deal with all the other stuff in the league like he does.
No.
And he's handled it well.
He has.
No, very well.
Absolutely. Well.
Very well, because I would have told people F off the years ago.
He showed up to camp, still being owed money.
Yes.
How many quarterbacks would have done that?
Well, the guy has character. I mean, they'll piss on him for that too, and try and say it. I mean, we just live like in a real goofy world where it just feels like it's opposite day every damn day. And a side note, if the Cowboys win and stuff, and I come into my job the next day with a Dallas Cowboy T-shirt on, and a Philadelphia Eagle fan comes up to me and says, "Take that stuff off. It's just one game. God. It's just Cleveland." I'm going to just go ahead and say off record and stuff that you need to shut the F off. F up. For one, I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah,
always an Eagles fan.
Yeah, they just don't know F about F. I mean, your hero is your real heroes is Rocky Balboa. That doesn't even exist. And two, why are you worried about what I'm wearing and stuff? Because I've made it completely abundantly clear that I don't give a ticker's damn about your football team. I will not watch your football team. If they play the Cowboys, I will watch because I'm forced to. I don't understand these people. I don't do the camaraderie. Blah blah blah. I got my team on. You got your team. Let's talk. I don't do any of that crap. I'm 50. I just don't care. If it's not Dallas, I just do not care.
Well, and I think the funniest part about that narrative about it just being Cleveland is literally 24 hours prior, everybody was picking Cleveland, including me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it was me. It was
underdog.
It was 75% of us. Like, everybody was saying it was just Cleveland. I mean, after the fact, everybody's like, "Oh, but it's just Cleveland." Yeah, but y'all all picked them, including me. Let me rephrase that. We all picked Cleveland to win, before that. So don't discount their abilities now that they put hot garbage on tape.
Yeah.
Either
it's just,
I'm part of that.
It's just Cleveland because the Cowboys beat them. I mean, that's all it is.
100%.
That's all it is. Just like any other team we beat. You just beat them. I mean,
because if Cleveland turns around and beats the brakes off of whoever, I don't even know who they play this week. I haven't even looked yet. But if they turn around and let's say they played, I can't even say Cincinnati because they look like hot garbage too. So let's say they turn around and beat. Who do they play?
Trevor Lawrence, Jaguars.
Okay, so let's say Cleveland, beats the brakes off of the Jaguars. Like, I don't really think they're at a high tier, but automatically it's going to be Cleveland's relevant. But they're not going to go back and restate what they said about him after the Cowboys beat them. You know what I mean?
Especially if they beat the Eagles in October next month.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a moving. I feel like for the Cowboys, it's always a moving benchmark. Like you're either beating somebody who actually is terrible when they play you, but then all the rest of the games they're really really good, or it's just the narrative. It's always going to be that narrative. That's just what it is.
I just don't get it. A Philadelphia Eagles fan's going to tell me not to wear some Dallas Cowboy football stuff, where one, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy football fan, been my whole life, and two, I'm right in the middle of DFW.
Yeah.
I mean, you, my friend, is going to have a miserable ass life if you're worried about Cowboys gear on, especially after game day or during the game. I mean, what the F is wrong with you? Anyways.
I mean,
well, but bottom line, why are grown-ass people telling grown-ass people what they should and shouldn't be wearing, first of all?
Because they're Philadelphia fans. They don't know no better. They don't know no better.
Bottom line, Dallas went on the road in prime time against the playoff team from the year before and kicked their ass. Like, I don't know what else people want Dallas to do. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
No playing
like that's what they did. Simply put, that's what they did.
With no playing time.
Haters can hate on it all they want, but bottom line is that's what they got a road dominating road win against a playoff team. So hey, I'm not ashamed of that.
No,
I don't give a shit. No, they dominated. They dominated that game.
Yeah.
So hey, Eagles fans barely scrape out a win against the Packers. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't get any of it. I just don't get the thought process. I just don't understand any of it. You know, I mean, they got one Super Bowl that, I have to constantly remind myself that they won one.
Yeah.
And
they'll let you know. They'll let you know. Trust me.
And it's the most recent one. Isn't that odd? Where it's the most, like, one of the most recent ones. I still had to be reminded that they even won one. Yeah, but I mean, it's just odd, But anyways, we're going to give a round of applause again to Kyle for having a correct prediction this week and stuff. I mean,
gotta give it up. I gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm going to give you your flowers because I think that's the most ridiculous lame. Because that's the most ridiculous lame phrase I've ever heard in my entire life.
I hate that phrase. I can't stand that one. No. I'm with
it is.
I hate that saying.
It's a dumbass saying. Really
y'all are super grinchy.
Oh, I can't stand it.
I'm going to give you flowers then.
I follow a bunch of like rap pages, and it's like, let's give
so and so these flowers. Yeah, he gets
it. Dude, stop saying that. It's so corny, It's just corny.
Oh Lord!
I know, it's so cheesy.
Who hurt y'all as children? Like, why are y'all so mean? But no, I did say I was watching with some friends and my cousins and stuff, and in the middle of the third quarter, I was like, well, hell. And they were like, what? And I was like, I'm going to have to tell Kyle he was right.
I don't even say it like that. It wasn't like I'm not boasting or anything.
I know.
Yeah,
I was just giving you a hard time.
It's Kyle sits right.
The Dallas roster is better than Cleveland's roster. It came down to me. I don't know. That's just
as Kyle sits with a crown on his head right now.
As he throws the cape over his shoulders.
Yeah, but
that is why I always
I'm the pit king.
Yeah.
Preference my picks. Guaranteed, it's
I always preference my picks with I hope I am absolutely wrong. And I do not mind being wrong. And I was not. And I am glad that I was wrong.
Yep, I'm thrilled that I was wrong.
Yes.
But we got week 2 right around the corner. What is it? New Orleans Saints.
A home game, right?
Yep, first home game of the season. Thank God, because we would have some of this fan base going down, trying to march up down Bourbon Street so we get punched in the damn mouth again, looking stupid. I got videotape of that. I need to show you guys a videotape of these clowns, how silly they look. Then for us to take a damn
Can
L.
we let go of that though?
I can't. No, I can't. Because that's a problem with our fan base. That's the reason why
but we
nobody
talk about the same stuff over. I mean, we like the Saints fans are doing the same coming up here.
Oh yeah,
I've already gotten like 30. I probably I've probably gotten like 10 invites to different pre-parties and post-parties, and I'm like, I'm in the house.
Have you been to that new bar that has like the crazy like 360?
No, I tried to get tickets, but they don't show the Cowboy games there yet.
Hey, wait, so how does it work? You have to get a reservation, like a ticket?
Yeah, you have to buy tickets. because
Where-
Just out of
it's
curiosity, how much are they? Expensive?
Where-
$50.
Damn, that's cool though. Did you watch that Texas game? Like highlight?
Yes,
They showed it on Instagram. Like that is fucking sick.
it's amazing. I tried to get it for the Texas Georgia game, but they were already sold out.
All right. Is that
Yeah,
in Dallas? That bar in Dallas,
it's
right?
it's
Okay,
at Grand Scape.
Oh
Mhm.
wow, Grant.
It's
Oh,
So how it works, Troy, and Starstruck is it looks so your tickets, and then it's like in this. It's kind of like a dome. It's not really like a dome, but kind of, and they show the game that you're in there to watch, but it's like you're sitting
It's like you're in a
on
seat. It's
like
crazy.
your ground level or in the
It's
stands.
insane. It's insane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a preview of it. Yep.
Okay.
It looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so I went to look to see if I could get Cowboy, but they don't show. It's probably some licensing deal with either the Cowboys or NFL or whatever that they just weren't willing to pay that price yet. So
I was wondering because how do they get these cameras set up in the end zone? Because this must be specifically for that bar. You know what I mean? Like specific
I don't know.
cameras and shit.
But
it's sick. Yeah.
has anybody been to the Michael Irvin bar yet?
No, I have not.
I used to live right over there. Like I could have walked to it before.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, you could have actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
I drove by a couple of times, but it wasn't during any type of game time. I didn't seem like it was anybody there. So
He owns it, Irvin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Playmakers,
Is it called Playmakers 88, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like an interior shot of it. It's pretty cool. All the
It's
memorabilia
pretty-
and stuff.
it's-
Yeah, that's pretty
yeah.
I hope it works out for him. You know, I hope it stays. But this area, I mean, Ron and Lisa, I'm sure they'll attest that it's a tricky damn area for stuff to stay open around here.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless you're paying, I mean, even some of the stuff at the Star, like it had a hard time because the rents over there are way
The
high.
rent.
But
Yeah.
that Sidecar Social Place is where they have the Monday night Brad Sham Cowboy Hour, I think is what they call
cool.
it. And it's pretty cool because they have it. The one year we had our Christmas party there last year. My company had our Christmas party there, my department. And they have it upstairs. And so they were having, it was a Monday night and they were having that thing and we were looking down on it and it was Cavante Turpin. And I was like, oh my Lanta, he is tiny. So anyway, yeah, it's just cool because you can go in there and watch the Cowboy Hour. You can sit in the audience and it's just a cool place.
At the
that's
Star,
cool.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of different cool things to do here. I mean, side note, they're opening one of my favorite fast food restaurants for back home here finally. It's called Beefaroo. And I know they're going to end up closing it down after about 6 months, so I will be eating that
Every night.
every night because I know stuff like that just does not last here. So I will. Yeah,
What is it?
Beefaroo is just like a fast food restaurant that that was around me when I grew up. They sell hamburgers, pulled pork. Their French fries are excellent. They just got like an onion type of smothered type of flavor to them or whatever.
Yeah.
Really, really good milkshakes. It's over here on Hebron. They're opening it up.
It's called Beefaroo.
Yep, Beefaroo, damn it. And they're cooking
Like
it
kangaroo?
Yep, but Beefaroo. They're cooking it just for you. And they have it all. And I just said the whole damn commercial ad right there.
Is that a Wisconsin thing?
Well, they had one in Beloit, Wisconsin, where when I was a little kid, but they closed down probably when I was like about 10 years old, and they still got them in Illinois on the other side though.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
so
about to open up the Portillo's over here by us.
Well, yeah, the Portillo's at the Grandscape is open. I haven't been there yet.
you talking about Patello's?
No,
Portillo's?
Portillo's. It's
Portillo.
it's a Chicago thing.
Yes, I know. It's Patello's.
No, it's not
okay.
Patello's.
I don't think so, but
You're talking about the Italian beef place, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Portillos.
So the I is the east side.
Portello's.
Oh,
Okay.
Portillo's. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, Portello's. Yes.
It doesn't, but
No, for us being mine is
No, I've been there several times. It's been there for it's been there close to a year now.
It's probably been a couple of years actually.
Really? Yeah, but
A year and a half.
they're Italian beef and charbroiled hamburgers, their hot dogs, all of it's tasty.
we should know here. We're about to get one here very soon. Should be here shortly. Hopefully,
You still Capel area?
Grapevine.
Grapevine
yeah.
area. Okay, all right. No, yeah, that's actually nice. That's even closer.
Yeah.
But week 2 predictions, everybody. Again, we got the Saints are come marching in. I think we all had victories.
Yeah, that's a clean
Mm-hmm.
sweep for us on as
Yeah,
far as
shouldn't.
on the team.
Yeah, shouldn't be any issues. Not really any much thing to discuss on it. I'm expecting. I suspect a win, a convincing win. Nothing to get too excited about, but I do expect a win this week.
The Saints are feeling froggy because they beat the crap out of the Panthers,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're. It's funny because like I have Saints fan friends too, and they're already like, they're planning their whole week around this, and I was like, well, congratulations, y'all! Super Bowl happens in week 2, like. Okay, if that's what all you need to do to feel you had a successful season is win in week 2, good for you. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I don't
the
know.
Panthers are bad. They're terrible. Like,
They're
remember,
horrible.
I know. Who said that was a trap game for us? I was like, no.
it's
They're
still me.
bad.
It's
That's a
still,
bad team.
it's still me. It's still me. I
Yeah,
just got like it's like every Star Wars reference and feel you could think of and stuff. It surges through my
uh,
body when I think about them because
I
I
don't
can
know,
just.
man. That team is terrible.
But it
Oh,
just it just comes down to that. It just really just comes
not
down
here.
to
I'm
that.
only
I
picking at balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, this team they need to show me that they're prepared and I mean, and
yeah.
they've
I get you.
tightened up on some things. That's really
Yeah.
all it is, you
well,
know.
once
I
they
know.
get the quarterback that beat us last year with the Cardinals, we probably won't have anything to worry about in Carolina.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that guy's going to be working at Beefaroo this year. I don't even know where the hell he's at.
Yeah, he's still in the league somewhere. Somebody picked him
Somewhere,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, anyways, as always,
I
it's
think
great.
he's on the Chiefs, actually.
Oh,
I thought it was the
No
San Fran,
way.
actually. I thought it was
Well,
San
oh,
Fran.
okay. Was it San Francisco? Okay, I knew because they played each other. I think in the
Okay.
I think
in the preseason,
Carson
didn't they?
Carson Wentz is on the Chiefs. I think
Oh,
Dobbs
that's
is
right.
on
You're
San
right.
Fran. I think
Yep,
he's on
you're
San
right.
Fran. Yeah.
You're right. I
Oh,
knew it was
wow.
a good team, though. I was like, "You're going to get a Super Bowl ring," and
Yeah, Josh
yeah,
Dobbs.
yeah.
Dobbs. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just funny how the NFL works sometimes. Well, I mean, it's just funny how our team has a tendency of making people look like they're the second coming of Joe Montana, but it is what it is. I mean, I can see. One side note, I can see people getting irritated with Tom Brady just as much as they get irritated with Troy Aikman because they're winners and they've won, and nobody wants to ever hear what a winner has to say about anything. Ironically, but
Yeah, he's getting bashed.
but everybody wants Romo's hot take.
Yeah.
Again, I love Romo, but it's just to me the whole dynamic of. I mean, there's one thing about being a expert. There's another thing about being a member of the master class. Troy Aikman and Tom Brady are part of the master class, So you kind of want to listen to what they say when it comes to winning and championship level in football.
I didn't have an issue with Tom Brady at all.
Me neither.
A lot of people that did, though.
But I saw people sitting there saying, "Oh, he's just as annoying as Aikman."
Yeah.
Of course, you're Cowboy fans saying it, but again, but
you know what's so funny? I guess the guy from Red Zone says, "Oh, he should have shown more enthusiasm when Dallas was going for a 71-yarder." I'm like, why? Like, we want him to act like an idiot, like Romo does, like for a play that didn't even happen. Like, he got praised, like, "Yeah, I want you to do this." You know what I mean? Like, too many bad things can happen. Like, I agree with him, but if it was Romo, oh my God, they're gonna go for oh my God, you're like, dude, like, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's what I said. I can't stand Romo. Like, I don't know. I thought Brady had his time. Like, it's stupid. They don't go for 71-yarder.
Yeah, I'm telling
you, Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't get why. I mean, these guys are professionals. I said 1,000 times, these guys can't be homers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear Troy Aikman locally on our radios here in Texas. He's an avid Cowboy fan, and I just don't know why anybody would think anything else.
Oh, 100%.
It really doesn't make any damn sense at all. And obviously Romo's a Cowboy fan too, and Dez is a Cowboy fan, and all of them. Everybody's played. They still love the team, but I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're going to listen to who? You're going to listen to the guy that has skins on the wall, the guy that doesn't. And surprisingly, it's the complete opposite. They want to listen to the person that's never won any damn thing. They want to listen to the guy that had to get rides to practice to make sure he showed up to practice on time. So it's just weird stuff to me.
For the one
Anyways,
guy that stepped out the back of the end zone.
yeah. It's always it's just weird how
Oh
that
God,
how that
yeah.
is. But it's always fun talking Dallas Cowboy football with you guys. And if you guys and a listener, if you guys have any questions you'd like addressed on the show, please go ahead and comment in the comment field below. We'd love to answer your questions on the show. You have any final words to the people? Starstruck.
No, actually, just go on and just get this win next week. Make it 2-0 against the Saints. As they come marching in, they just go walking back out. So go Cowboys.
What about you, Lisa Lee? Yep, I mean that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yep, totally agree. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, I kind of echo both their sentiments. Don't look past these guys just because they beat the Panthers. Just handle what you got to handle. You're the better team. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. That's all. Don't do anything stupid. Just play your game and don't look past the Saints. That's all. So that's
Yep,
all I can say, really. Yeah.
yep, I totally agree. I mean, these are definitely the teams that you just want to just go in and do the work, put the work in,
Mm-hmm.
limit your mistakes, make good decisions
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Make it a habit and stuff, and it'll drag on throughout the season. But again, thank you guys for tuning in this week. We'll see you guys next week. And the famous words of Jimmy Johnson. What do you got to say?
How about them Cowboys?